Hello students. So today we are going to start with the topic of Plantain. We have discussed few other in the last class like fungi, and then we have discussed about Protista, we have discussed about Monera. So today we are going to discuss about the Plantain. Plantain includes multicellular organisms except for some primitive relatives of algae. They are eukaryotes and they have cell wall made up of cellulose. Nutrition of plants is autotrophic and growth in plants is generally indefinite due to the presence of growing points. So in Plantain what happens, it is basically a multicellular organism except from some primitive relatives of algae, and they are eukaryotes. They have cell wall made up of cellulose, and nutrition of plants is autotrophic and growth in plants is generally indefinite due to the presence of growing points. So now the classification structure of plants. Plants, they do not have differentiated plant body, that is Thallophyta have differentiated plant body without vascular tissue and with vascular tissue. So it then further is classified into Bryophyta that does not produce seeds and produce seeds. The Bryophyta is Pteridophyta, and then which produce seeds is Phanerogame. And it produces, it bears naked seeds and bear seeds inside fruits. So basis on the division of kingdom Plantain. Differentiated body parts. Body is differentiated into leaves, stems, roots and flower. And then the presence of vascular tissue. There are two types of vascular tissue present in the plant, xylem and phloem. We have discussed in previous chapters that xylem helps in the transport of water and phloem helps in the transport of food. Now, reproduction through seeds or spores. Phanerogame. Plants with seeds are called phanerogame, and they contain embryo with stored food and are multicellular. And cryptogame, plants with spores are called cryptogame. They contain only naked embryo and are generally unicellular. Seeds are inside the fruit or naked. Angiospermae and gymnospermae. Angiospermae, these are plants with seeds inside the fruit and bear flowers, and gymnospermae, these are plants with naked seeds and do not bear flowers. So on the basis of the kingdom Plantain, it is basically on differentiated on types of body parts, on the presence of vascular tissue and reproduction through seeds or pores. In body parts, it is basically classified, body is differentiated into stem, roots, leaves and flowers. And presence of vascular tissue, there are two vascular tissues present, xylem and phloem. Xylem helps in the transport of water and phloem helps in the transport of food. Now reproduction through seeds or spores. So in this it is classified into two types, that is phanerogame and cryptogame. Phanerogame is what? It is basically plants with seeds are known as phanerogame. They contain embryo with stored food and are multicellular, and cryptogame, they are plants with spores are called cryptogame. They contain only naked embryo and are generally unicellular. And seeds are inside the fruit or naked. It is also classified into two types, angiospermae and gymnospermae. Angiospermae, seeds are present inside the fruit and bear flowers, and gymnospermae, these are plants with naked seeds and do not bear flowers. So in the next class we will start with the division Thallophyta.